Hello everyone. I wanted to tell you how I find focus through Photoshop when I'm testing Lensbaby images to see where the focus fell. You don't always need to do this. Obviously we make it so it looks pretty, but sometimes when you're learning you really want to know what is truly in focus. So there is a little tool in Photoshop that I'm going to show you how to use. Alright, so you open an image in Photoshop and then you're going to go to Select, which is at the top. There's all the choices at the top. You go to Select and Focus Area. Okay, and then you're going to have to choose some parameters here. It gives you this box and they show you different things that you can choose in order to see what's in focus, and I just chose the overlay here. And then it shows you what is in focus. And now they have something called in focus range, and you can adjust this. I have it on auto on both things, for advanced and for the parameters here, and it chooses 4.0. Now you might have been shooting at 1.6 or 2.8, so you can definitely go in here and adjust things. So I'm going to move this over to show you what it does. If you move it to the left, it reduces the amount and only chooses the sharpest areas. Okay, so in this particular one, let's see if I can zoom in here. I don't think it's going to let me zoom. It's only selected a few of the blossom petals here on this crown vetch, which is the flower here, and in the very top of this. It's fairly accurate. If you have pretty sharp, crisp lines, it can find them fine. If you're using something like the Velvet 56 or the Velvet 85 and you're below 4.0 for an aperture, it's likely that it's going to get completely messed up. The Velvet is kind of a type of lens. It's very difficult to ascertain focus without zooming in to 100% or more because it's perceptible to the eye that it's in focus, but because of halation and things, you kind of have to do it visually, and a program like this has a hard time with it. This image was shot with the Edge 50 or the Edge 80. I can't remember which, probably the Edge 80, but I use the Edge 50 about as often. So this flare was in camera. This was not created flare. I didn't add this in Photoshop or in Lightroom or anything. This was there. But you can see that this is where it is in focus. Now, granted, you'll probably be able to tell by zooming in your program what's in focus, but this is helpful because it tells me that this area is more in focus than, say, the ones at the top. And it's just helpful to get feedback in this regard when you are first shooting with a Lensbaby. So there are some variables here, for instance, that you can do marching ants, which has little ants go around there, and that you can do it on black. And let me show you how to do this, because it does invert it. This is how it looks, and this is how the red looked originally. So let me see here. If I click OK, whoops, it leaves me with the marching ants. Let's do that again. Select focus area. Let's go to on black. It's trying to wake itself up here. Okay, so this is showing what is in focus by eliminating everything that isn't. So if I go here and I reduce the amount to get the most in focus areas, like that. Okay, so that's kind of where I was before. Let me see here if I can. I brought up the select and mask function, and you can kind of do things here to adjust things. So here it's got the opacity at 50%, here's at 100, and there's at 50, so you can kind of see the in focus area. And then in edge detection, you can go to invert. Edge detection, you can go to invert. And remember, this was when I hit the other button to open up more options in the previous panel. So if I hit invert, it darkens just the area that's in focus. Okay? And you can also make it, red. Let's do it with that one. I can go to edge detection, invert, and there is what I often use for myself is the red. Okay, so this is how you do it. Then you just hit OK, and there's really no reason to use it beyond just checking. I mean, here it has the marching ants, so you can just hit Command D to make them go away, but it is a fast way to check your focus if you're using Photoshop. Thank you. Bye-bye.